What's up, everybody? So this should be a very quick live. I know we don't have people in here. It's very sudden that I am going to go live, but I did want to talk about a few things. Now my voice is starting to act up. Well, actually, it's just overall coughing is starting to act up. So I did get some tea with some lemon and honey. So hopefully that does do the trick. But things looked bad and good at the same time, right? So, if we look at everything that went on, obviously there was a ton. Let me go to the live section in order to figure out what's happening here, but we should have things set up. Just turn this on. Got 68 people in here, 9 likes. Make sure you hit that like button. AMC is definitely doing some pretty good work right now. Like I said, it's going to be a little run. I did want to talk about an investment that I made towards literally right at the end of my stream, my first stream. How's everybody doing? What a day. Yeah, I mean, a ton of red, right? Sea of red, really. It was not the best, I'll tell you that. Had a good run at the end of the day. Yeah, we definitely did. Towards the end of the day, you can see we definitely had a good run, but it did, end up going down. It's starting to go down now. You can see it, 3%. It's decreasing by 3% in the after hours market, down to $7.40. But either way, above $7 is amazing. Didn't he sell AMC? I didn't sell AMC. I sold GME. I'm a newbie, stocks holding. That's good. What are you holding AMC at? You said you're holding AMC, Sam. What's the cost basis that you're holding them at? Is it below $10? AMC is going to the moon. I mean, I would definitely pick a profit target instead of just saying to the moon. I want to hear people say, like, this is the point where I'm selling. I'm waiting to get to $15 or $20. Let me know where your price targets are. I did want to talk about something that I invested into towards the end of my last stream. So I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I want to make sure people get in here so they don't just catch the second half of it or something. So this is so hot. People have made fun of me because I use a spoon sometimes to drink my soup or drink my my tea like it's soup, and I don't know, it just takes away from the heat sometimes. 20-ish, that's good if you do have a profit. I want to see profit targets, not to the moon. Like, I understand what the overall thought process is hey, we're looking to push this thing to the moon, but we need exit strategies. We need to make sure people get some money. Matthew Curry, is that how you say your last name, Curry? Wait until it hits at least 30 or 40. I definitely would say that if it does get up to the $20 mark and it starts to pull back, I wouldn't say wait it out until it gets to 30 or 40. I would say that you find a place to where you can gain a profit. Maybe set a stop loss or a trailing stop or whatever you wanted to do, but definitely take your profits if you do have a crazy profit. You're waiting till $1,000, Cam Chandler. $1,000, that's way too high. $100 to the sky. I like food. Okay, that's great. I like food too. Most people do. Buy the dips, keep buying up AMC. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the fact that it's over $7 is really good because this is where we should have been at the lowest of lows. When you start looking at AMC, it basically, let me see if I can move this over a little bit. When you start looking at AMC, this is where we should have been at the lowest of lows, is that $7 mark, because that's where it was pre-pandemic. And during the pandemic, yes, it dropped down to $2. You can't hear me? Oh, you're saying, okay, I'm sorry, I read that wrong because I just can't see apparently. My profit target is, I'm looking at the $15 mark, between $15 and $20. My profit target has always been $20. I think 15 to 20 is definitely more reasonable, especially to gain a couple $1,000s from it. And also, obviously get people into a better situation. There's a lot of people that bought, come on now. There's a lot of people that bought it at that $15 mark or the $16 mark, or some people that even bought it at $17. So hopefully we can get a lot of people to gain some sort of profit out of it. That's what I'm hoping to do, is not just gain a profit for myself, because I can gain a profit anywhere, but gain a profit for a lot of people. So as I look into AMC, actually I wanted to talk to people about what I ended up investing into. So towards the end of my stream earlier this morning, I talked about Tesla, and I seen how it was an opportunity. Now, a bunch of people were like, what's going on with Tesla? What's happening? Why did it, decrease so much? What was going on with that? So I seen that it was, in the beginning of the day, it was really decreasing down to this $619 mark. And I said that this looked really good. To look at these large candlesticks here, to give you the ultimate story, I invested in Tesla, ended up selling, gaining a profit today. But I had basically seen these 4 candlesticks, and even getting into this candlestick here. And I seen that we had red, green, and then seeing those large candlesticks leading into a green. I ended up investing into it at $638. I need to find Fidelity and how I can show you that, but I invested at $638. Ended up holding until it got up to basically the 690 mark. That's where I started setting my stop losses basically at every $10. So it seemed like it was going up consistently. So at 630, my original profit target was to get to 666. I know, a weird number, but 666. So I got to 666, set my stop loss at 666, and then continued to see that price jump up. And as it kept jumping up $10, I kept raising it $10, and ended up getting to about 690, to where I was like, if this goes up to 710, then I would set my stop loss at 700. And then if it does hit 700, then it'll sell me out. But it didn't go up to 710, so I waited it out. I still had 690. And I ended up getting taken out at 690. So I ended up making a $320 profit on Tesla in maybe like an hour or so, and that's and that's what I was really happy about, is making a good profit. It could have been a larger profit. Thought it would have increased to probably where it closed at, which was 719 or so. And then I would be able to gain about a $400, $500 profit. But it's fine where it actually closed at. I'm okay with it. Gaining a $320 profit is definitely, chips away at that $3,000 loss. And you could potentially look at those situations. This is more of a extended situation. I was only looking to gain basically $100, $120, but it ended up continuing to push up. So setting that stop loss at like a $10 worth of a difference, you can see that it didn't end up getting to that $10 mark. It didn't end up dropping down to 666 after it went up to 676 and 680. So then I kept setting my targets 10, 10, 10, 10, without putting an actual trailing stop, which technically take you out a lot sooner. So made a $320 profit on Tesla, which I need to find a way to show you guys on Fidelity. But yeah, that was good. AMC, on the other hand, though, I mean, it was up 17% today. It is dropping now, but it looked amazing today. From the start, it did drop down to where people thought, here we go again. It's going to go right back down to where it was. But this did increase. As you see the price go up, it slowly increased, which is what we wanted to see throughout the whole entire day. And we did see that. We've seen this increase throughout the whole day, getting up to a high of 786. I was hoping that it would get to $8, because if it did, you would still see a little bit of a sell-off, but it looked really good. And right now, I mean, in the after hours market, we're down 5%, but we're still above $7, and hopefully we can continue to stay above $7 because I think it's going to be a slow move from six, from basically $5 to $6, from $6 to $7, from $8 to $9, and then we may have some really quick jumps. So it looked really good for just AMC. The overall market, though, did not look great. Tesla down to basically the $700 mark, which, I mean, I sold at $690, so I believe it opened. It opened at $661, so from close to close, it was still down 2%, but from open to close, it was up quite a bit. So it looked like it actually did a pretty decent job from open to close, but it's still down quite a bit. What football team did I play for? In college, I played for Reading High in the Reading area, the Reading, Pennsylvania area. I played 3 years. It should have been 4, but I played 3 years because I was 19 when I graduated, so they wouldn't let me play. The funny thing is, they came to practice, and they were going to tell me if I was able to play based on the skill level, which made no sense. So after they see me practice, I don't want to toot my own horn, but after they see me practice, they said, no, he's obviously, too old, but I was only 19. I started school late, and they didn't give me my chance. But if I did actually get that chance, I would have probably went D1 because then my grades would have been way better. What is in here? Oh, that's okay. That's lemon. Then my grades would have been a lot better. But I played for Reading High in high school. I played for Thaddeus Stevens College, which is a D3 college. Yes, I did see Tiger Woods got in a bad car accident. I put something on my TikTok about it. It's ridiculous, man. I'm so upset with that. I'm so upset. You don't understand how hard that actually hit me. And if it would have been the same situation as Kobe Bryant, I would have been. I don't even know where I would have been, to tell you the truth, because I can tell you he's a major influence on my life. Like a lot of the things that he does, his work ethic, I would say, is major influence on my life. Yeah, I definitely have tailor-made clubs. So you got me there. I don't know. I don't know the detail of it. The first news story that I seen said there was 2 cars, and then the latest news story says that there was 1 car. And I'm thinking it may be the fact that he might have been taking painkillers because of his back. He had surgery, and he may have had some sort of painkillers. He may have been under the influence there. But I'd rather see him, they say it's a leg injury, really bad leg injury. I just want him to be alive, man. That's the thing. He still has his work ethic. He still, I want him to be there for his children, who's basically following in his footsteps when it comes to golf. So it's amazing to see that, but I don't want to see him go through the situation that he went through. So I know this is off topic, but I guess it needs to be talked about. Someone said they were in Lancaster. Yeah, I went to college at Thaddeus Stevens and Central Penn College in the Lancaster campus. So, hey, I'm from Reading. That's great. Most people pronounce it wrong. I had a roommate in college that pronounced it reading all the time, and even when I use Alexa, she pronounces it reading. It's off and on though. We're all neighbors. What do I think about Tilray? So everything was down today, and it's definitely a weird situation. When you look at what happened overall, from close to close, everything was down. But from open to open, Tilray looked pretty decent, and it looks like it's following the trend line that I built. Obviously towards the close here, or in the after hours, you could see that it's falling away from that trend line, but it was following directly on that trend line that I built previously. So you can see that it does have its tendency to increase, and it's going to continue on that trajectory. I think that it's going to be a slow mover, nothing that had those fast movements. All of the cannabis stocks from a 10,000 foot view, you can see that they had those large jumps and it just needs to get back on track. So it's something that you need to kind of wait it out to see what the true low is. Today was just a correction in the market and we need to figure out what's happening there. People are saying it's a crash. I don't really believe that it's a crash. It looks like it's crash worthy, but I don't believe it's a crash. I'm in Philly, home of the Diamond Hands. Hedge funds selling off to cover their shorts. It could be a possibility to where a lot of institutions are selling their positions. They're moving money back and forth, taking profits across the board. That's usually what happens. If it's actually retail investors, you don't really see any time that you will see a crash based on retail investors. It's because they create this look on the market to look like it's crashing, so people get scared, and then the retail investors will follow. But retail investors are not following, especially when it comes to AMC. You can see that we're all holding. Everybody in AMC is holding, no matter what you see here, no matter what negativity or what sell-off points are there. Everybody in AMC, we're all holding. So close to my AMC average at $7.92. See, this is where I get stuck, because I always like to see exactly where it's going to pull back to gain the most profit. And the one thing that I don't want to do is get out of AMC too early, but I also want to realize when it's going to pull back a little bit. Because if it does get up to, let's say, the $9.38 that my cost basis is at, will I end up selling at that point? I shouldn't. The overall thought is that I should not sell at that point, but I do want to take into consideration what happens during the day. You see a number of days to where it does sell off $2 or so, and then end up going back to where it was, or continuing to grow. But I don't want to miss any type of increase here, because my overall target is $15 to $20. But like I said, I like to time the market as best as possible. So I think I'm going to hold, because I don't want to get out of this situation. I need to continue to hold and get that profit target of $15 to $20. Basically have that stop loss at 15 while it grows up to $20. That's what I'm looking to hold till 2022. I'll probably reinvest after you see it increase and go back to where it should be worth, right? I feel like I'm going to sell at my profit target and then reinvest at a lower point. Yeah, I don't know about scaling out either. The only thing that I would say that I could do, like you said, is basically take my profits, or take my initial investment and only invest on the profits. I could do that, but we'll see when that time comes. Do not sell it till it's 50 plus. I think that's a bad way of looking at it. My original target is $20. I'll gain $17,000. So if I hit that target of $20, I'll gain $17,000, which is a really good deal. Or what I could do is take out my initial investment and take out maybe a little bit of extra change, and then hold on to it to see if it is going to go up, if it has the potential to go up. If it does not have the potential, then I won't continue to hold that. But again, always take your profit targets. If you feel like you have a profit target, don't get greedy. Today, I could have gotten so greedy and put my target, my limit order to sell at $710 for Tesla, which means I would have had like a $450 profit, right? But if I did that, then I would have never gotten to that, and I would have probably had to take in a lower price point, and potentially lose out on that money, just like I did with GME. And I wanted to show myself that it's about being disciplined, because look at this, I gained $320 today. If I gain $320 every single day, that's really decent. You don't need to have thousands of dollars gained every day unless you're supporting a certain lifestyle. But I'm okay with gaining $100, $200, $300 in a day. And that's just my opinion. because I have other streams of income that I can gain money from. Why risk so much money over here when I can gain a little bit more in other areas, whether that's YouTube, affiliate marketing, dividends, actually having, profits here. So there's a lot. You make a good point. I would do that too. I'm gonna sell my profits to cover my initial investments and leave the house money to calculate risk and majority. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do, because then you're playing with all house money no matter what. This is all money that you gained, and that's a better situation than going into it risking everything, especially if it all collapses down on you. If it all collapses down on you, or if it grows at an exponential rate, then obviously you're gaining a lot more money by having it all in there at a lower cost basis. But what I typically do is I try and limit the amount of risk. You have to be disciplined in the market because you can't 100% predict where it's going to be, $300 a day is a good day anyhow. Yeah, exactly. So if I normally set my targets for $100 and I can push, $200 in that day or $300 in that day, or even get up to $1,000 in that day, I'm definitely going to take it. That's going to be something that you have to remain disciplined. But the point is that you also have to be disciplined on the sell side. If you have a profit target, you have to have a loss target. And if you get to that loss target, you sell and you're done. Don't go and hold on to it, and then you end up losing a ton of money there. So make sure you hit that like button, guys. I see somebody, thank you, Ryan, for saying that. Hit that like button, get it above 200 likes. We have 600 people in here. That would be amazing if you do end up doing that. That's why I'm not selling AMC, because when Amazon buys them, I will make a killing. Yeah, so I think what the best bet to do, like you can look at somebody like, what is his name? DFV, what's his real name? Keith Hill, something like that. He basically had millions of dollars in there, right? I think he took like a, $17 million profit or something like that. And he invested at the lows, he invested money in at the lows in order to, basically secure a good investment while also taking a large chunk of money out. Having $17 million or whatever, however many million dollars he kept, he's securing the fact that he has a lot of money and he's not going to lose that money. And it's a good idea. And then you keep a certain amount in there so that you can invest with that. You can see the growth there. And if some sort of acquisition happens, then you end up, getting the benefits or gaining that money in return. Keith Hill, yeah, liked and subscribed. Thank you, I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. We talk stocks here pretty much every day as long as my voice is okay. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but I did. I may be a lyrical genius. I might be. Roaring Kitty. Yeah, I didn't want to say that. I was going to say that, but I wanted to say his real name. Because obviously I want his real name to go far. Because obviously he made a really great investment, and a lot of people following, a lot of people wondering what he's doing. Anytime he stays in, people are staying in. But you need to understand that it's not all financial advice. You need to create your own strategy, build your own wealth based on your own strategy. Bars. What do you think AMC will do tomorrow? So really it depends. Let's see what it's doing right now. I think it is down still 4%. It was up 17% today. That's absolutely amazing. Closed at $7.70. I recently just got access to, on Fidelity, I got access to trade in the after hours market. Just in case I want to trade anything, if I have any holdings that I feel like it gets ridiculously high, like what happened with GME being up at $400 or close to $500, and people being able to sell at that $500 mark. It's amazing. Nice cap. What's my handicap? It's around 15. I would say that I haven't golfed in a while. I haven't even golfed in my simulator that I have in the house. I'm looking to change my garage into I have my simulator, but I also want to make it a garage gym because I'm tired of paying gym memberships, and I'll probably do a video out of it, seeing how much I can save based on it, and then a lot of the equipment is a business write-off as well. So that's what I love about YouTube. I love about being a creator. If you have something that you can create a video on based on the fact that you have extensive research, you have an extended period of time to where you can make some money off of it while using that expense, you can write it off as a business expense. Let's look at what's going on with AMC. So I did talk about it. Let's see exactly what's happening. You see that it did decrease towards the end of the day. You've seen that it did have that decrease, and it's kind of flattened out. Hopefully it does flatten out here and stay above that $7 mark. That's what I want, is to be hopefully at 750 to continue to open the pre-market there. Maybe the pre-market will gap up. Can I answer the question of AMC? Yeah, I'm going through AMC right now. So yeah, I jump around a lot. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think that AMC, I would hope that it stays around that 750 mark. But what I think it's going to do tomorrow, it looks like we do have these positive days to where no matter what's happening in the market, there's so many people holding AMC that it's going to be a positive day. And I think we're going to have, whether it's a small positive day or a large positive day, I think we're going to continue to see these slow moving days. These are more rapid moving days. The last day we had was 14%, today 17%. Are we going to see plus, a 20% increase? Hopefully, I would hope that we're going to continue to see that drive up. And if we're going by trend, like 14% or 15% plus 2 of 17% or 2.5 of 17.5%, hopefully we can get up to 20% at this mark, and we can push that $10 mark. But that all depends what happens in the pre-market. So I'm going to be really looking exactly what happens in the pre-market to see if it gaps up. I hope that it does gap up, because I think there's a lot of people that are still interested in this, and then the fact that we're all holding whatever reversals happening. It's not just news. It's more than just news. This is way more than just news, because news happened across the board, but you don't see any other company that's actually being positively affected by news. It's all negatively affected. You see Tesla, you see GME, you see RIOT, you see all these different positions that are dropping down in price. And that's because, it's not based on news. It's based on the fact that AMC, we're all holding, and we are continuing to hold. Rumors Amazon might buy AMC. That would be amazing if they did. And I just don't know how they would apply that. I feel like what they could do is they could do something crazy with their theaters, because, all right, I understand that Amazon has their own streaming service, right? Their own thing that you watch with the Fire Sticks and all that stuff. But if they implemented something like Alexa in there with the movie theaters, with ordering food, doing all of that stuff, I feel like that will be a crazy theater, and people will love to go to that theater as an experience. I think that will be hands down the best situation possible for a theater, and they will take over the world basically in that aspect. So that's my thoughts on what could happen. But yeah, it's really interesting what could happen if Amazon takes it over. There may be no dip tomorrow. That's what I'm wondering, if we're going to see a dip. I think we will see something, because you always see the reaction of what the stock price does. So if it opens, let's say at $9, $10, you're going to see a little bit of a sell-off, because people are interested to basically break even. At every point, there's always people that want to break even. But yeah, I think we will see majority of an uphill swing. Hopefully that's the case. I don't want to jinx it in any case, but you never really can predict the market. But yeah, I wanted to, there may be no dip. Amazon will give AMC way more potential. Yes, it would. It definitely would give AMC a lot more potential to grow. And with the news itself and the fact that we're holding it means that everybody that's shorting this position is going to lose. They're in a lose-lose situation. We have 756 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. Please do so. So yeah, I wanted to take this time to talk about the fact that I did make that trade. So let me see if I could find a way to show what happened here. Because total today, as of close, I'm up in just today, not overall, not year to date. I'm up $1,900 because it did move about $1 on my unrealized gain. But I want to look at my realized gain. Hopefully I can do that. I always have trouble showing the actual information here. Orders and activity, maybe. Okay, so yeah, you can see exactly what I did. Let me hide some stuff here so that you're not seeing everything. Obviously, you can't see everything, but let me show this here before I get into this. So you can see exactly what I did during the day. I ended up buying my shares at $636 when it came to Tesla. I wanted to make a profit from it. I wanted to make a $120 profit at least. You could see that I set these stop losses and I kept setting them at 660. I set one at 670, 680, 690, and I was about to set one at 700, but I did not. But my order was filled at 690 throughout the day. I basically made a $320 profit from it in one day. I'm really happy with that. And that's how easy it could be. It's not something that's is going to be super difficult. That's how easy it could be. So yeah, I think that as you look at this, you could see that I invested at the 636 mark and sold at 690. So something that simple. Yes, definitely hit that like button. I was like 33%. What? Yeah. Down 3.33%. AMC is done. AMC is not done, guys. Come on. You can see that that's the only positivity that we've seen in the whole day. I mean, yes, you did have other positions that were out there that I wasn't looking at, but if you're looking at a number of stocks and all of them are red besides one, that means that something is happening. So this is what I like to preach. I like to talk about day trading because people talk down on day trading, saying that day trading, you lose a lot of money. And the reasons why people lose a lot of money is because they get greedy. You know, people decide that, oh, well, you know what? I don't want to make $100. I now have potential to make $1,000, and I'm going to hold on to it until it gets up to that point. Or I'm at a loss. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, hold on to it until it, you know, breaks even. But this is absolutely ridiculous. You don't stand like that. You don't stand to make a loss in any case. But if you have to accept a loss, make sure it's in your strategy. So with this, you can see that it's an easy $300 gain. It could have been more, it could have been a $400 gain, but I didn't get greedy. And if I did get greedy, it might have been a point to where I said I did the same thing that I did with GME and had to hold it for too long. Yeah, the longer you hold, you get tax breaks, but to tell you the truth, yes, you do get all of these tax breaks, but you are still getting a profit. Nevertheless, I feel like, yes, you will get a profit, let's say on $5,000, but that $5,000 that's held up for 3 months, you could have made possibly, I don't know, an extra $5,000 on top of that, which means that you could have made more money. So yeah, I feel like it's definitely dependent on how much you can make, what the potential is. But yeah, if you can make $300 a day and you stand to make $1,000 in a year, like I feel like that's not going to be good. You know, that $5,000 that's sitting there for a year, you could make so much money on that. With this $4,000 that I traded in Tesla, I only traded 4,000. Well, it was 3,000 like 900 or something like that. With this $3,000 or $4,000 that I traded with Tesla, I made $300 easily on that. So you can keep making that every single day, or 2 times a week or whatever, and you still make more money than that $1,000 profit that you would gain in the long run. You know what I mean? So this is what I like to preach, because day trading is a lot more than just people that lose money. There are people that try it, don't do it effectively, and then they quit and they lose like thousands of dollars. They're stuck on losing $3,000, and then they say, you know what, I'm done. That's why you have so many people losing money and you have more people making money with index funds and long-term trading. This is cold at this moment. Oh, no one wants that. I don't think there's a squeeze. I think we're just going to see an increase to what the value actually should be. First time viewer, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that, Caesar. I appreciate you saying something. Some people will just, watch and not say anything. So I appreciate you saying anything in the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you could, hit the like button. I like to talk about stocks a lot. See, this is the thing. I seen some comments recently talking about how, I may have went from credit cards or credit to stimulus checks to investing. I've always talked about investing in credit for a number of, months, I would say, because I've only been doing YouTube for about 2 years. But stimulus checks came on as more of a personal finance thing, and people wanted answers. That's a totally different subject. When it came to actually being able to talk about stocks, I definitely took it upon myself to talk about AMC and GME, because I want to catch traction when it comes to stocks, because I love talking about stocks. If I can make money talking about stocks, then I definitely will do so, because I love it. Thank you for subscribing, Caesar. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. This dude will make an apology video in 2 days. I'm not going to make an apology video in 2 days. Depends what I did. Stinky stew head. Second time watching. Stinky stew head is a Greg. I don't know what a Greg is. Super chats? What? Come on, can you say more than like one word? Like give me a sentence. I deserve 1 million subs. That means a lot. I would love 1 million subs, but I don't think I'm ready for 1 million subs yet. I still need to gain some experience, and I'll gladly accept 1 million subs, but I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I want to continue to make these videos and get better at creating these videos, at trading as well. I want to learn as much as I possibly can, because I will be the first one to admit that I do not know everything. And if I did know everything, I mean, you can't possibly know everything. I know people that know a lot more than me, and I learn what they know and see how it could be implemented in my own strategy. So I'll tend to do that. And sometimes people ask me, hey, what does this mean? Maybe I don't know. And I'll learn about it. Unsub, dislike, stinky stew head. You continue, man. I don't want to have to block somebody from the chat. I don't want to have to do that. So I let people go with things that they say. As a female, can't make you day trading right now because it makes me so nervous. Yeah, I mean, it does make you nervous. It makes me nervous sometimes, but as you look into it, if you stick by your profit targets and your losses, then you'll be good. If you have a strategy to where you have a 5-to-1 ratio and say, I want to make $100 and with the potential to lose $20, basically you're saying within that 5-day period, you're willing to lose $100 with the thought of having the potential to gain $100. So if you win one time in that week, then you potentially profited $20 out of the whole week. So if you stick by your strategy and just the strategy of trading there, you stick by your strategy, then you're going to be able to be profitable. Most people will not be disciplined and they'll say, oh, well, it got to $20. Let me actually hold off. No, if you set that stop loss saying that your loss is now $20, I'm out, then you're going to be able to survive another day to trade with just $20 less than what you had the day before. So it's tricky to get into, but once you start to understand the basics, it's really easy. It really is, because you can make a $300 profit one day and you can lose $20 the next day, or lose $40 depending on what your loss target is. Do I play golf? Yes, I play golf. I try to play as much as possible. Josh Alvarez, thank you for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate that a lot. I'm awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that more than you know. I need a mod, bro. Yeah, I mean, can I be mod? No, Stinky Stewhead. You can definitely not be mod with the things that you've been saying. No. Eventually, I'll have some mods. I notice that people do have that, but as we start to get to like more viewers consistently, then yes. What's everybody crying about? Mainly because I don't think people are crying, but people are talking about the fact that there's a crash. I see a number of people that are putting it in their title, hey, there's a crash. I might actually make a video talking about this and how I don't believe that it's an actual crash. But you have, what's his name from The Big Short, Michael Burry or something, coming out and saying that there may be a crash. There's a potential chance that there could be a crash. And it looks like there's a bunch of positions that are moving downward, but if it was a crash, you wouldn't see a ton of recovery. You know, you see Tesla that's recovering. You know, some of them are actually going down, like RIOT, but RIOT was going down for a number of days. It does make a little bit of a comeback. It could be a day trading possibility in some cases, but you're seeing some of them come back. And the thing that you're not seeing is something like a CCIV, which did have a comeback, but the overall trend was down over the last couple of days, especially in the pre-market here, dropped down significantly. But you could make a decent profit from it, from that $30 mark up to $43. Make a decent profit. And grinding, bro. I love the content. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I try to make these videos and do as much as possible while taking care of, 2 kids, working a 9 to 5, and also trying to get some housework done as well. It's just really, really difficult, but I love doing it. I love working. I love trying to be the best that I could be when it comes to how much money I can make, when it comes to a better father, a better husband. Like, I'm looking to do as much as possible, There might be a crash, Tiger Woods. Well, I wouldn't put it there. That's a little too early for that. Jesus. Or Jesus, however you pronounce it. But yeah, it sucks what happened to Tiger Woods. I'm a person that loves to see greatness, excel. I love to see the greatest athletes be better. You look at what happened with Tom Brady. I don't like the Patriots at all, but I rooted for Tom Brady in the Super Bowl because he was not on the Patriots. He's showing that he is the GOAT. He's doing this, and he's one of the best to ever do it. What's my handicap? It's around 15. I would say it's a little bit worse now. I haven't actually recorded any scores in a while because the snow. I haven't actually hit balls in the range. in my simulator. But yeah, I mean, I've lost a ton of distance. I used to hit the ball close to 300 yards, and now like there's some days I can barely get it over 200. I don't know if it's a technique thing. There is a massive slice in my swing for some reason. Why is my camera 144p? I don't know. Too much, too soon for Tiger Woods. He couldn't handle it. I really don't know what's happening there. I really need to figure out what is happening with Tiger Woods, but it was bad. Tiger Woods, Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant. Hard to get on that list. Sorry, LeBron. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised you put Kobe above MJ, but I mean, yeah. I can definitely say Kobe Bryant has more work ethic than any of them. I've gotten into so many arguments with people telling people that Kobe Bryant has amazing IQ on the court. I believe he had better IQ than anybody I've ever seen play the game. And people are gonna realize this, now obviously as we start to get into more and more conversations about that, people are gonna realize it a lot more. But I'm gonna have to end the stream soon, so I really wanted to just talk about the investment that I made, the potential ability to gain $100, $200, $300 a day, $1,000 a day, day trading, and then what AMC is actually doing. Right now you can see we're hovering at that 740 mark. I hope that we can finish the after hours market at 750. Pre-market I will be streaming tomorrow, so hopefully we can get some good news there and have a gap up. I'm hoping that we can have some sort of gap up. GME just didn't really perform. It kind of was on the level of basically everything else. From open to close, it was down. It might have been down a little bit less. Yeah, it might have been down a little bit less than 2%, but you did have a massive decrease where you could have day traded and made a good profit from it, but I wasn't into that. I didn't want to have to do that. Thank you for the super chat, Jason. I believe CTRM gained compliance today. That's good news. Yeah, I mean, that could be really good news. What happened with the actual position here? So it looked like it opened up at below $1, closed at above $1, so that's good. It gained a good percentage over the after hours. It's gaining 4%. From close to open though, is down 9% here. It does look pretty good. You could have definitely made a decent profit from it going from here to here if you invested at a larger scale. Even from here to here at the end of the day, the only thing is it's tricky to hold on for that long, especially when you see this profit target here. For me, I would have set probably my stop loss somewhere around that $1 mark after being down at 85 cents. So that could have been something that you could have day traded, got a decent profit out of it. But yeah, that definitely is good news if it gained compliance. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I appreciate that. You love golf too? Yeah, if I'm ever in anyone's state and you want to play some golf, I'm definitely interested in playing golf. I always play golf. I play as much as I possibly can without being a burden, to my family. I want to be there as much as possible, but also still have some fun here and there, because this is really work. I like doing it, and I want to keep doing it, but it is work, right? It is something that you tend to get burnt out a little bit. But I love talking about stocks. As long as it's not the exact same thing, like we see movement here. I'm talking about AMC a lot, but you see different movement. I started to get burnt out a little bit when I was talking about stimulus, because it was always the same thing to where you answered the same questions. And now you're actually seeing differences here. What's happening in the market? Why is this happening? What are the buy orders looking like? What's your investment looking like? When are you getting into a deal? All of this other stuff. What's a good amount of shares to buy for any stock? I always typically go with 100 shares, right? That's where I like to start at, because I like to make it easy numbers, right? If I get to if I want to look at something where I can gain $100 in a day, I want that stock to move $1. So I'll try and use 100 shares. But if it's something that's only going to gain 10 cents, then I'll look to increase that share size. It's probably a cheaper stock anyways. If it's a higher price stock, I'm looking to basically buy 100 shares. If it's something like Tesla, I bought 6 shares. That's all I bought to gain $300 in a day. You don't need to spend a crazy amount of money. Now it was $4,000, but you don't need to buy a crazy amount of shares in order to gain money out of it because it moves so much. Certain stocks move a lot more than others, and they also have a chance to go the opposite way. So you can lose just as much money as you can gain. So I would say start with 100 shares, get comfortable with what you're doing, and then sell at your profit targets. Make sure you set stop losses, understand what you're using these things for. If you want to set a trailing stop, you definitely can, but I love to start with $100 or 100 shares. Buy high, sell low, that doesn't add up. You can short high and buy low. If I'm ever in Delaware, we can hit the links. Funny thing you say that is my best friend lives in Delaware. So if I'm ever there, no bears allowed. Definitely hit me up on Instagram, and I'll label. Actually, you know what? Send me a message on Instagram saying that you live in Delaware and you're ready to hit the links if you have an Instagram. Because then if I'm ever in Delaware and I feel like I want to play some golf and maybe I need like a playing partner, then yeah, I'll definitely hit someone up. Yes, exactly. You always want to have your profit targets. Is it Nikolai? You always want to have your profit targets. This is the mistake that a number of new investors make, and even just experienced investors that are used to long-term trading. It's really, and I'm kind of falling into this because someone's saying trap, but it really is a trap when you think of the stock market moving in one direction. It's not going to do that. It's not going to continue to stay there. Yes, you have some occasional days to where it continues to go up, but you're always going to see red and green. So it's going to come back just like it goes up. Set your profit targets, set your stop loss, and you'll be good. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to end this live stream. I just wanted to go through what I had today, the profit targets that I made, AMC, yeah, GME, and all the other different positions. But everything was down today. A lot of things were down today. Bitcoin did make a little bit of a comeback, but obviously still finished lower than where it was. But I played in North Carolina already. I played in South Carolina. I think they have amazing courses. What was that course called? Cobblestone Park. I think that's what it's called. I love that course so much. I played I think Golden Black, I want to say. I love that in South Carolina. Did you ever play that course, Chunky? What exit price is good for Tesla if you bought it at 690? Well, you need to see what happens in the next couple of days, but all I know is that Tesla, people say that it's overbought, but it's definitely a stock to where a lot of people are really into the growth of this position. It's more of like a cult than anything, right? And I'm sorry to say that if you are a fan of Tesla. I can be a fan of Tesla. I wasn't a fan of Tesla before, but seeing the levels that they're going to when it comes to all of their technology, I can definitely say that I can be a fan. But right now, I think Tesla's sitting at, where's it actually sitting at? Where's my watch lists? Tesla's right here. So Tesla's actually sitting at, where is it? Come on, man. Oh, there we go. $7.10. So you're seeing a push upward, which is a really good deal. As it goes up, you want to set some sort of profit target based on where you think it's going to go. So if you wanted to gain $10, make sure you set some sort of stop loss at let's say $5 above where you were, where your break-even point is, and then continue to push that stock up. Obviously, if it keeps going up to 720, then you push that stop loss up again. Or you can put in a trailing stop loss, whatever you wanted to do. But I set my targets based on a dollar amount that's happening in that day, not something that's a swing trading opportunity. I don't really like swing trading opportunities because you're holding over the close, and that's not something I like to do because it leaves a lot of volatility there, especially if you can't trade in the after hours market. So I would say that you set your profit targets based on what's happening in the day. Don't just take my profit targets of where I believe it's going to be in the next, month or so. I think it's going to eventually get back up to the $800 mark. I think that's where it's supposed to be. A lot of people think that it's undervalued. A lot of people do think that it's overvalued. But the people that think that it's undervalued are the people that will buy thousands and thousands of shares to drive this price up. So yeah, anyways, exit price on AMC is $15 to $20. I'm looking to gain $16,000 on that $20 price target. So hopefully it can get there. When I sold my AMC, you regret it or not? I didn't sell my AMC, I sold my GME. Right now, I'm still not regretting it. I never really regret anything. Yes, I'll be upset that the price will go up, but I don't really regret too much. Especially if I made a decision based on what I thought was best. So if it goes to $28 per share, that's amazing. But like I said, I'm getting out at $20. So if it does go back down, then I'll basically, invest more into it, but obviously take my profits, maybe take $10,000 worth of profit and invest $6,000 back into AMC. So anyways, that's my video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around on this stream. I love all you guys. Anybody that subscribed, I appreciate it. Anybody that hit that like button, please take some time to hit the like button. Why is the chat moving so fast? Oh, it's because it's updating because the screen wasn't refreshed. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. If you're interested in this platform right here, it's Webull. All you have to do is hit the link, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks. But I'm going to get out of here. Did someone send another super chat? IHOR3 on Twitter. Go look. Oh, what about it? All right, I will do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because it's 5 o'clock. I need to go get some things done. But thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I will look at that. I will take a gander at that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the stream tomorrow and in some of the videos that I create tomorrow. So we'll see you guys later.